Throw away the city lights, throw away the cars. Give me a clear night underneath all the stars. I don't want no concrete jungles, no suburbia. I just want somewhere that the blue skies are. So come with me to a place so far, where the palm trees dance and sway. So run with me. If we leave right now, we might make it in time. The sunset is fading, but the light's not gone. The ocean waves have just begun. The water is calling, the night is young. So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? I don't wanna leave this place, I don't wanna go. For some reason I felt like that I've always known. This is where we're meant to stay, where we should be. This place is where the sun shines forever free. The sunset is fading, but the light's not gone. The ocean waves have just begun. The water is calling, the night is young. So if I lay down, will you come? Follow, so follow. So if I lay down, will you come? Follow, so follow. So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? The sunset is fading, but the light's not gone. The ocean waves have just begun. The water is calling, the night is young. So if I lay down, will you come?
You paint a picture in my mind. You wanna leave it all behind. In a world that's turning all the time, nothing could stop me longing for your eyes. I won't let it die. I can feel you when you're not around. When the night gets cold, I won't be alone. We won't be This lake of fire burns my skin. How could love wear so thin? I'm sinking in the hollow ground. Nothing can stop me wanting you somehow. I won't let it die. I can feel you when you're not around.
Well, looky here. We're back once again. Team Silenced is looking to write yet another chapter in their RLCS 2026 run. It started at the top 8 in Open 1 and then became a top 16 in Open 2. Since then, we have yet to make it back. And Open 5, be where the losing streak ends. We'll see here. Joining me is ZekVexol once more, so back by popular demand as well. Here is ZekVexol. And hey, we've got another long run of action here. Top 16 is still the goal for Team Silence at this point, but 2 events in a row. It is ended in Day 3, Top 32, Round 5 of Swiss, 1 win away. It has been twice in a row. Team Silence has been 1 win away from qualifying, and so many different things could have changed in those last 2 events to see them make Top 16, but for Team Silence, in Open 5, they've got to start all the way from Day 1 again to prove that they can make it, since unlike the last couple of times, seeding has gotten a lot tougher now. Because they haven't made top 16, a lot of other teams have gotten points and have surged ahead of them. Team Silenced have not gotten points in those last 2 events. Seeding now doesn't favor them as nicely. They've got to earn it a little bit more here.
Yeah, going to find themselves a little bit towards that middle of the pack scenario, which means we're going to be fighting some other teams who are in that middle of the pack scenario as well. It's not going to be as easy as, all right, cool, we're going to be at the top end, we're going to be fighting teams at the lower end, and nah, it ain't going to work that way. This is going to be a battle. It's going to be one that Team Silence has to rise to the occasion. One of the big things that I didn't talk about last time was if we want to beat teams like Energy, if we want to beat teams like Shopify, like Falcons, we're going to need to beat some of these middle of the pack teams as well. I mean, it's really just one step on this mountain that we need to climb in order to make top 32, top 16, top 8, find ourselves on that main stage. That's really the whole goal, is who's going to be making Paris right now, Sporty.
Yeah, it is as well. You talked about it. A lot of teams fighting for the spots in Paris. For Team Silence, they're fighting for a bit more, I think, on relevancy here. I hate to say that, and I hate to use that word, but that's what it feels like right now for Team Silence. They have slowly fallen out of relevancy, but we do start in Day 1. Double elimination action here for the first 2 days of action. And for Team Silence, Day 1 has never been their weakness. We have seen them struggle before, but this is what the bracket looks like here. Of course, we're waiting on the result of Divergence, esports, and Too Smooth. We should get an answer on that series rather soon, but once we get an answer on that, we will be playing our first match in Winners Round 2. Now, the way things go through uppers, Winners Round 2, Winners Quarterfinals, those are best of 3s. The Winners Semifinals is a best of 5. And the big team to pay attention to is KYE over there on the other side of the bracket. Not only is that a pretty solid team, by far the best team that we could be playing against today here, B plus rank, that is also the team with Cat on it. And if you have been here last split, you'll know Cat was our sub. So, we could be playing against our sub here in the last match of Day 1. For Team Silence, though, the big question, of course, for them, and I feel like the big question everybody has for them right now is, 2 events in a row, they've not been able to make it. Were those first 2 events just a fluke? Can they pull themselves back, even when the odds are not as well in their favor anymore?
I think this is the best time to make it there, okay? I know last time we talked a little bit about, we got bracket diff in our favor in order to make that topic. I don't want that bracket diff in our favor, because that still ends up getting back to my question that I just asked a moment ago, okay? We need to beat these middle of the pack teams in order to also end up beating teams like Energy, Falcons, Team Secret.
Falcons?
These are all
We're
these
not playing
big
against Falcons. My goodness.
No, eventually, down the line, I'm talking big main stage. If we want to play on the main stage against main stage teams, we're gonna have to beat all the competition no matter what, okay? And I do think making a stand right here in Open 5 is something that needs to be done for this roster, okay? There were a lot of things I said that needed to be done, especially when we were hanging out over in that Swiss bracket, where I was like, okay, we need this win right here in order to gain that confidence boost to get back. I'm going to say that Open 5 needs to be our confidence boost for Team Silence in order to climb themselves up, to find that top 16 position, and to be dominant throughout Open 5, but also Open 6, and carry it out through the rest of this season, and hopefully find our position in the Paris Major.
Yeah, at some point here, the question I think for Team Silence comes down to, thinking about that LCQ, that last chance qualifier. Forget about Major, forget about that. That's, not something that Team Silence is thinking about right now. Quite honestly, they have not made top 16 in 2 straight events. That's their goal right now, is top 16. Again, previously their goal was do better than they did back in Open 1. Of course, though, they haven't even been able to even get a chance at that. And it comes down to Swiss, and you said it comes down against those teams that are right around at the same level they are. If they don't beat those teams, they're not making top 16. And in the last 2 events, crucially, in round 1, they didn't beat the teams they needed to. So, we'll see what kind of version of that we get here in Team Silence. Again, last event in Open 4, we didn't win our round 1 match. We didn't win the matches that we needed to, and we kind of got burned for it as well. There were two crucial teams that we absolutely could have beaten if we played our game plan here. And the first one, as well, was Milio's team. That's not their name, by the way, if any of you are wondering. Milio's team, that was Chuz, I believe. The second one being M80. Two teams that we've beaten before, couldn't beat last event. Back in Open 3, the crucial one I can think of is that round 5 matchup that we had in Open 3, the ending of our run in Open 3, where we did suffer a pretty devastating loss we suffered a pretty devastating loss to Milky Way back in that event. So those are the kind of teams that, we need to be beating, by the way. Teams that we need to be beating, the teams that are right around the same level that we're at. For Team Silence, at least as it seems like the competition's getting better around them. They've not been able to improve with them. Well, I need to see that clutch factor out of Team Silence. Then part of that comes down to what these players going to do. Are they going to be able to lock in and improve, or are they going to fall flat? I think the last 2 events they've fallen flat. They haven't exactly improved as much as they could have, and now they got caught doing that. But the nice thing is, it's Open 5. Everything's essentially reset for them. It's a new day, it's a new dawn, and it's a new chance to make a name for yourself here. So the benefit for Team Silence is, because they haven't made it in the last 2 events, people aren't really talking about them anymore. They're back to being sort of an underdog in the eyes of a lot of people, and maybe that's what Team Silence wants to be. That's where they were in the first 2 events, and they were able to make it through. Maybe not having the pressure on them was not a good thing for Team Silence. We'll just have to wait and see, obviously, as this event unfolds.
Yeah, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. A new life, but are Team Silenced feeling good is the big question that they need to be asking, okay? We talked last Open very heavily, and we're going to talk about it again right now, okay? You just mentioned it. Teams around Team Silence are getting a lot better, okay? Teams who we should beat are teams that are difficult, are teams that are stepping up to the plate, are showing up on game day, and are putting up a significantly different fight than what we were used to seeing. Teams that we 3-0'd are taking us 3-2, 3-1. We're like, okay, well, what's going on right now with Team Silence? Is it a Team Silence thing? Are we just falling behind the curve? Do we need to get a better grasp on a meta that is probably shifting in our Rocket League as a whole right now? I know I was talking a little bit with Glitter earlier when we were hanging out over at the SAM region, now bouncing over here to the NA region, is the demo meta that has been skyrocketing up at the higher teams, the higher levels. A lot of the pro players and pro teams have been talking about this demo thing becoming a very big staple in their scrims, and there's a lot of bumps, a lot of demos coming their way, more than what they're used to, more than what they're normal, and they're realizing if we remove players from the pitch, they can't score and they can't defend their own goal when we're looking to score. Is that something that's shifting right now in Rocket League that maybe we need to start looking into?
Yeah, I don't know. Realistically, I think for Team Silence, I think it is other teams catching up to them more so than them not being able to. It's 2 things. One, other teams are getting good. That's always happened every single year. Teams get better as these events goes on. You see players get better, find more consistency. The other problem with Team Silence is they have not improved as fast as maybe they'd want to be here. I think they've sort of stagnated, and I think maybe they got a bit complacent here, but. The nice thing is, again, it's a new event for them to prove themselves here. So we are getting confirmation. It will be Team Silence taking on Divergence esports here in our first match of the day. Divergence esports, roster of Panic the Viking, Haha, and Lover. This is a best of 3 for all of you who are wondering here. As well, Monkey Business, the likely follow-up opponent as well in the winners quarterfinals. KYE, the team again I'm really paying attention to as well. But again, we need to see, can this team jump? Can this team improve? Can this team find a better version of themselves? Can Team Silence improve like the rest of the teams here? And if you want to have a shot at improving your own life as well, making it just that little bit happier, show support to our sponsors here in the top right corner, Rogue Energy and Cold Stone Creamery. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. ZekVexol is looking very interested as well. But those are our sponsors. Great food and drink for you, again, to improve your life just a little bit more as we are closing in on what will be a huge first series here, and really not even a huge first series, just an important start for Team Silence. And really, I don't think we're gonna have any questions answered in Open 1 in day 1. We never do. But I want to see for Team Silence, at least going into thinking ahead, because we're not going to miss out on day 2 and likely not day 3. It's what kind of version of Team Silence do we get? Is it the Team Silence that's going to lose game 1? Is it Team Silence that keeps things close? Or is it a new Team Silence that can run away with games? Last event, there were a lot of close battles. Team Silence didn't exactly have the luxury of having large leads. and they never really have. That might be catching up to them now because teams are getting better. That gap was already pretty close. Now it's even closer. Teams are starting to surpass them. I want to see if Team Silence can run away with things. Day 1's not going to prove any of that. Day 1 is a day that they shouldn't have any issues with no matter who they play against. Day 2, Day 3, those are the days that are really going to matter when it comes down to Team Silence proving if they deserve it or not.
To me, I do think day 1 matters, but in a different way, okay? I think there comes a very big word growing up as a competitive person myself, playing sports, playing as a competitive gamer as well, and that word is discipline, okay? Discipline is in a loss and it's in a win, okay? In this day 1 scenario where you're facing off against opponents of lower skill level, on paper, I'm going to put that down there, where anybody can show up, yes, you can absolutely rally up the score against your opponent, but here comes the discipline in a win part, okay? Making sure you're playing all points of the game absolutely calm, cool, collected. Get your goals early, lock them down, and show them that you are the better team. Make them feel like they have no options.
Yeah, it is. And a great start here. Pigeon receiving the assist from Resinal early in game 1. This is, as we mentioned already, and as I mentioned, winners round 2. Divergence esports on the loo. It's, again, Lover, Haha, and Conquistador, aka Panic the Viking here. So, for Team Silence, of course, they're expected to have easy work today. The toughest matchup would be that last match of the day as well, the winner semifinals, where we've already guaranteed a spot into day 2. So all Team Silence needs to do is win twice. They've guaranteed a spot into tomorrow. Of course, the question will be, and really the question will be Team Silence to make sure that they go 3 games so that they stay in the upper bracket. Last thing you want to do is go in the lowers, make your life a whole lot tougher. Team Silence, a team that has seen the lower bracket only once this season, from what I can remember back in Open 1, but for now, they're just looking to keep things consistent, and a great pass down to Lev. Pigeon on the assist, and Team Silenced, you were talking about them being able to stay, what was it you said? Not professional, what was the word? Disciplined.
Disciplined, yes.
Again, I don't think we're going to see that, but this is discipline from Team Silence. This is a lot better from them. A team that typically likes to troll on day 1, this is a lot more serious
That's
from
the
them.
issue, yeah. Well, here's the thing is that's what I see is if you're looking to troll, if you're looking to, defend the enemy team's goal, shoot on your own goal instances, that's a team that I don't think is going to have too many high opportunities. And I'm just a blanket statement, okay? I think a team who can remain disciplined and can really just make their opponent feel like they had absolutely no shot, no opportunity, and not humiliate them. That's the kind of competitive discipline that you're looking for. It's like, sure, you could be a little bit BL. Somebody misses a shot, you say nice shot. Somebody, ball goes into the net, you say nice block, nice save, those kind of things. I get that. But the discipline in the actual gameplay is a big difference maker as a competitive person.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you definitely need to be disciplined if your team's honest. And more importantly, again, well, these matches aren't going to be the ones that I'm focusing on. It's going to be the matches starting tomorrow where it really matters. Again, as I said, a big consistent part of Team Silence's last Open, back in Open 4, was the fact that they never really were able to run away with series. Every match felt really close, even against the teams that they, should not have had any issues against. Team Silence had a lot of close games. It is, again, a sign of how close these matches are getting. It's also a sign of just, how much Team Silence needs to improve and how much their playstyle relies on them to play essentially a tight wire act, where they are playing a game where it's really close to running away with things, or where it's really close to going one way or the other. And, well, again, today is not going to be the day to really answer that question. Again, I'm already thinking ahead to tomorrow, to day 3, to where Team Silence needs to get those wins, where they need to be consistent, and where realistically I want to see them run away with games to prove that they are a team that can take over matchups, something that they didn't do last Open, and something that can really benefit them when they're trying to once again try to make a name for themselves all over again here in Open 5.
Absolutely. We'll see if they can make a name for themselves. We're getting closer to that halftime point here in game number 1. Team Silence, they get a nice 4-goal lead with their opponents, so maybe on the road to running away with game number 1 at least. Look for those openings, keep capitalizing on the mistakes of your opponent, and show them that you're the better team. Up on down over to Pigeon in the corner. He is going to take this one on. Up. Get ready to set it up by bringing it on down. Good aerial control, of course, by the Bird, and with Lev in tow, they put the 5th one on the board for Team Silence. Look at that, a nice lead here right at halftime.
And a double flip reset as well. You don't always see that pulled out by Pigeon, but yeah, I will say Team Silence not nearly as troll heavy this game. I don't know if this is them, necessarily, again, taking things more seriously because they realize that this is a really important Open for them. It's essentially an Open that is going to, you know, really spell confidence or disaster for them. So, because if they cannot qualify again, this would be 3 straight events where they fall just short. Going an open 6, you want as much confidence as you can to end, well, it wouldn't be the end of their season. They'd still have the LCQ afterwards, assuming that North America doesn't somehow not get one, as well after what we've seen from this region this season. But again, I think for Team Silenced at least, this is a very different looking Team Silenced. Not so troll heavy, much more just right down to business. They are not exactly slowing things down. They're scoring as much as they can, rather than keep things close as they tend to do on day one, because they know that they will be winning these matches. They're not even going to try to take chances. They're just going to score as many times as they can, take it as seriously as possible, and treat every match as you know, a match that they could lose.
They are. Every single match is a match that you could lose. I mean, if we look back to what we were watching over on Open number 4 just recently, there were teams we were saying, yeah, this is a game we should win. This is a team we should beat. No problem on paper, absolutely. But then we were getting shown up a little bit, or the matches were getting closer than we were expecting. If you don't take them seriously at every single point, any team could walk away with the game. I mean, you give them a little bit of an opening, congratulations, somebody could capitalize that. If that's an opening you can capitalize, why can't they do it? You know, that's an opening freaking Energy can capitalize on. Why aren't you doing that? These are all questions that you need to ask yourself. How can we clean up our gameplay, okay? How can Team Silence clean up their gameplay? And that's by perfecting it against these lower level teams, lower seeded teams, whatever it may be, on paper, obviously. Divergence Esports ends up getting their 7th one scored against them here in game number 1. Team Silence rocking it right now so far. Let's keep that action going. Let's see what else they can pull out.
Yeah, it is. I think all that Team Silence wants to do here is not only make things easy for themselves, but again, as you said, I think a lot of this comes down to just that mentality that they're bringing into this thing. They realize they got very, you know, they got to open 1 and open 2, but they've not been able to recreate that. They've realized that other teams are getting better, and they've realized that, again, I think they've gotten complacent as time's gone on, as this is going to end this game here, pinched all the way back. Will the Team Silence to, I think, will now finally start to slow things down and let this game end. Everybody from Divergence Esports is, yeah, they've stopped moving, and honestly, I don't blame them. It's 7-0. But yeah, all that Team Silence is looking to do here is just let this game end. For now, I think they've decided to stop scoring for a little bit, but that'll mark the start of this best of 3. It's a long game 1, that's for certain. But hey, again, as I said, Team Silence not taking any chances anymore. They realized that they got complacent. They were starting to get a little too confident for themselves, and it happens to every team at this level, especially when you've finally been able to crack the top 16 for the first time in, you know, for 11. For Pigeon, it was the first time they've ever done it. For Lev, it was for Pigeon and for Resno, it was the first time they've ever done it. For Lev, it was the first time he did it in North America. You know, the first time that they've been able to crack the top 16, and they'll let this one go in, make it a 7-1 just because they want to. But again, they're not taking chances anymore. They're realizing that if they get complacent, that what happened in Open 4 is going to happen all over again. They're not going to win the matches that they need to.
Absolutely. All right, with the 2 seconds remaining on the clock, looks like Team Silence are going to walk away with game number 1 very confidently, I will say. Gonna head on over into game number 2, and looking from Divergence Esports position, I know we're Team Silence, but you know, it did feel like they got into a little bit of a funk right there, where they were like, you know, there's really no point in this game. What are your thoughts on, as a general statement, yes, you find yourself in a down position in a game, in a heavily down position, you know, you're outskilled going up against your opponent. What do you do, Sporty? What are things that you look for? As do we create openings? Do we want to sit there and make sure that we just play this game out fully? That way we show that we're, you know, mentally awake and here for this?
I think the big thing for them here is just not to take it too seriously. I mean, you never really expected to win this series. They're not really expected to ever take even a game off of Team Silence. So if I'm them, just kind of don't, you know, stress yourself. It's, you know, it's gonna happen. You're gonna have a tough time, and again, Team Silence are expected to win this thing rather easily. So realistically, I think if you are Divergence Esports, you're not really thinking about winning at this point. You're not really thinking about coming back. You're just thinking about kind of making the most of the situation that you are in. That is game 1 for Team Silence. They'll be more than happy with that as well. But yeah, we'll see what kind of change up we see. But again, for Team Silence, what I will say is this is a different looking Team Silence, a much more matured Team Silence. They're not looking to make this nearly as casual as it was before, because they realize that that casual kind of playstyle is going to be your downfall.
Absolutely. lock in, put them down, and show them that we're here to move on to day 2, to day 3. Let every opponent so far in our wake be aware that Team Silenced are about to get loud.
Yeah, it is. And hey, they were loud in game 1, 7-1 the scoreline. Pretty solid overall as well, so expect more of that as Team Silence is still not slowing down on the offense here. They're going to make sure these games are as one-sided as they can be. As will be Pigeon, and it's cleared away by Lover. Coming up will be Haha here is Pigeon. Oh, he missed this one! Ah, I wasn't expecting the whip though. They sort of jumped at it in a half-working manner, and it's going to go the other way for Lev. Divergence had a great-looking chance with Haha missed their opportunity. And back to the way goes Team Silence. Lev will put it in, and while it did take a bounce off Lover, it will not be enough to keep it wide.
That goes to show you, you know, doesn't matter if they're a lower level team, lower seeded team, none of that really matters on paper, whatever. They can take an opportunity against you if you give them an opportunity. Team Silence were able to get away with not being the first one scored on right there, simply off of just a little bit of a mistake over on Divergence esports side of things. That happens. All right, cool. If Divergence Esports cleans that up even just the slightest bit, that's going to be a goal going against them. Second one on the board for Team Silence here in the first 60. As a nice little lead going. All right, keep it going. Lock it down and in, and just put this series away, put it behind you, and let you know that we're going to be keeping on moving through this bracket, as it seems like some of the other teams are starting to report as well and make their way on into the winners quarterfinals.
Yeah, it is. We're going to get a couple of reports as well. I bet by the end of this round, we're going to have an answer on who we're going to be playing up against next in the winners quarterfinals. Remember that the winners quarterfinals is a best of 3. Winning that will guarantee a spot to day 2. But again, for Team Silence, the goal for them isn't to, guarantee a spot to day 2. It's to go through uppers. This is a team that shouldn't be losing today, and as things stand, they'll put themselves in a calm manner here as Pigeon will win the challenge and keep the ball rolling. A little bit of support there from Lev. Not a touch made though. Team Silence will be out of position and only up by 2. He'll play this in front of the net for Resinal. Lev can't go. Will Lover send this one back to Team Silence. A bit low on boost, and here goes a play towards net there from Panic the Viking. A follow up, not on target. Panic now in front of the net. Divergence Esports though, not enough meat on those opportunities. Not enough quality, and Divergence will watch as their offense is immediately taken away by Lev.
Lev bringing the solo carry clean across in the aerial side. Resinal dropping it on down over to the sidewall. Good pop up right there. Good defense coming in from Divergence Esports. They have slowed down this game quite significantly. Is that a matter of Team Silence looking to slow things down? Is that a matter of Divergence being able to control this Team Silence roster a little bit better? Scored 2 in the first 4, and look at that. Found their first one on the board, I believe, of their own volition right now. Divergence Esports, they've closed the gap by 1 here, and about 2:50 left on the clock.
Yeah, and Team Silence now starting to get a bit careless. This is the thing that we said they cannot really do here, is get careless. You saw a triple commit up for an aerial play. That is the kind of risk that isn't going to help you out easily here. As Haas going to make it tied at this point. What on earth? I took my eye off the ball for a little bit. I was so surprised as I don't know if that was intentional from Pigeon to make it a fake kickoff, but Team Silence getting a bit careless here. This is not the time, nor is it the place to get careless.
It's what I was saying, you give an opportunity, all of a sudden you find yourself in a position where you're like, okay, now we're all tied up. Oh, now we're down. Guys, against a team we should be beating on paper. Oh, now we're a game down. Oh, now we lost that series. It happens that quick. If you're not careful, a team can just walk away with the victory, all right? It happens. You got to make sure you're staying locked in at all times. Good clear away from Conk. Gonna send this over to the sidewall. Takes a shot on down. Pigeon and Resinal are going to be enough for the defense. See it, Team Silence. Let's see it lock on in and close this one on down. Haha goes for the shot. Lev does clear that one away. Not for long, though. Resinal finally sending it on down to Lev. Can't get the redirect on the right angle. Pigeon takes to the sky. It's a spike on down right in front of the goal. Sent away by Lover.
That is, and Team Silence at this point starting to pick up the pace a little bit more. They're realizing it's tied, and you don't exactly want to send this match to the game 3. Resinal will make sure that they will stay in the lead. Up a little double tap off the back wall. A great read here for the Canadian and Team Silence. Well, this has definitely been much more of what we, unfortunately, have come to expect from them. At least they're in the lead. At least they can work with this. At least, even if they were to give up another, they still are in a favorable position. It just is, if they give up that lead to Divergence, that's when things become a lot more scary.
Absolutely. All right, so under 2 left on the clock. Only a 1-goal lead for Team Silence right now. A little bit back and forth play right here. Lev along the goal line, gonna pass it up to Resnol. Resnol dropping it back on down, looking for Lev, looking for the team, looking for the setup here. Ends up getting bumped away. Unfortunate touch right there by Pigeon. Gonna send this over to the sidewall where Conk is gonna get the pickup here. Carrying on across. Haha takes to the sky, goes for the drop on down. Pigeon on the goal line is good for the defense.
It is, and Team Silence still will go out field as well. They're not going to be happy unless they're up by 2 at this point. I won't be happy unless they're up by 2. That's not going to help them either. Long touch. Lover's airborne. What a perfectly placed shot from Divergence Esports. Lover reading the pass there from Panic the Viking. And tied again. Divergence Esports clearly haven't lost any hope. Still battling here. And hey, they've got themselves a real shot to take a game off Team Silenced.
3-3, it's all tied up right now, and Divergence Esports are showing us any given Sunday, or I guess any given Friday at this point right now. Whoever shows up to play is the team who ends up conquering their opponent. Now 60 seconds remaining on the clock. Gotta see Team Silence lock on in and find one more goal. Drop on down in front. Here comes the push, and Lev puts it on in. It's going to be another lead for Team Silenced.
Yeah, terrible time. Double commit as well. Haha and Panic in the same spots, and that leaves that net wide open. Lev's not going to miss from really that range in that kind of a position. He knows the net's open. He knows where it's standing. He's not exactly going to miss his opportunity. And Team Silence now, with inside the final minute, are up by 1. They can hold this lead and take the series, advance to the winners' quarterfinals. In field for a pass, so it's a good-looking shot from Lev for 2. In front of the net still. Team Silence a little bit low on boost at this point. No challenge though from Divergence. Everybody sitting back. The Pigeon to collect, and Team Silence will just send it away. In fact, there's nobody back. That's just gonna bounce in. I don't think Pigeon was expecting that to go into the net, but he won't complain, that's for certain.
Shot all the way downtown cross map. Look at that, goes all the way in. And that's going to be a 2-goal lead in the final 30 for Team Silenced, and might just be the nail in the coffin as well. It's going to be up to Divergence. I mean, they showed us already a kickoff goal. Can they make it happen again? That one pinches all the way back deep into the blue, up to the corner. Resnol ends up taking it, centers it, and sends it one side to the other. Haha looking for the clear, going over to the 50 line where Lev ends up meeting it. Final 20 seconds, Sporty. Time's ticking down. Time's running out for Divergence Esports.
Yeah, it is, and they need 2 goals, and they don't have a lot of time to do it here. Team Silence will pinch it away once more. This will take even more time off the clock, as haha, not a great first touch. In fact, it's a terrible first touch. Time will run out, and Team Silence will end it right there. A 2-0 sweep in upper round 2, and while they do get the win as expected, my concern is still with the fact that this team is not taking things as seriously. But again, the benefit is it's day 1. At the very least, they don't need to take things seriously. This is the kind of day where teams like Team Silence, just need to make sure that they don't, completely throw things away, and they'll be fine.
I can definitely see that point of view, but I guess it's just where I look at is if we can't play flawlessly against an opponent like this, what are we going to do when we have to face the tougher opponents? That's the kind of mentality I bring when I look at it from a competitive standpoint. Is we need to make sure we lock in and have a 0 mistake game against an opponent. I mean, if we are SSL plus, high level teams over here, X-ranked teams going up against bronzes, what do we do? Should we allow them to score on us? Should we allow them to stop us from scoring? These are all the questions that you need to ask. How perfect of a game can we play against this team? Obviously, that wasn't as drastic as the gap was, but what I'm saying, I believe, still stands is how well can we clean things up and play solidly. Good lockdown on game number 1, but I gotta be honest, Divergence Esports, they were showing a little bit of life on capitalizing on Team Silence mistakes.
Yeah, and we're not even going to go to a break here in between, since we've already got our next match confirmed. It will be against Monkey Business. That is Fissure, Mason, and Eltix, sorry. Fissure, Mason, and Eltix on Monkey Business. So, yet again, another match. This is the best of 3, and as you can see, if we can win this thing, if whoever wins this thing is going to guarantee day 2. Of course, we should be able to win this thing, as well, still watching KYE, who is waiting and currently playing against What Up 5. And winner of that will play against 100x Souls, winner of that will play against us. So we'll give you updates when we get them here, but, hugely important position to be in. Team Silence, Monkey Business. Another win, can advance to winner semifinals, can guarantee a spot in day 2, can, end the stage just a little bit faster, so, ZekVexol, even with how things are working. See how things work. We'll see how players feel, but more importantly, we'll see how this next series goes against Monkey Business. All we need is just one more win. The nice thing is things really are in our favor. Let's just get the win. Let's guarantee day 2. Let's get the tough part out of the way here and focus on what will be, again, the toughest match of the day, which will be against KYE.
That's right. Lock on in and guarantee day 2, guarantee day 3, guarantee day 4, guarantee that top 8 position. That's what you're looking to do every single day, okay? Make sure that there is zero question that Team Silence belongs here every single day. That's the answer that you need to be given. That's the answer you need to be putting into people's heads. So Team Silence, you're going up against Monkey Business. They're going to be monkeying around, okay? Don't go bananas on whatever shenanigans they may pull out here. Go ahead and lock it in. Bring it through them. And I'm going to stop with my puns for now.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're definitely gonna bring more puns. I know you will.
I'm definitely gonna bring more puns.
You're not exactly going. You cannot pass up on a good pun here. So, again, we're moments away from taking on our next best of 3. Will be our last best of 3 as well, of the tournament to win. Go all the way into the best of 5s, as well. So, you know, after this best of 5s for Team Silence, they like best of 5s more, as well. I mean, best of 5s typically are better for Team Silence. They like that kind of security. So I'd expect that, you know. Get that security, get yourself in a good spot. Again, that best of 5, that first best of 5, well, against KYE should not be a hard match. That is a BB plus ranked team. That's the first, you know, somewhat major challenge for them here. It shouldn't be a very tough challenge, but it should be a more major challenge for them, especially considering that, again, they're playing against their former sub in Cats. But again, for now, we'll wait to see when this match gets set up. But KYE is going to be a really fun match to watch, I think, if we're talking about Team Silence here. Because, again, that's the first major challenge for them. That's the first, like, team that is going to make things a little tougher, that will provide some resistance.
You know, speaking of everything we've been talking about, everything we've been going on, I do remember, take a moment while we're waiting for teams to get set up. Last open, we talked a whole lot about steaks and burgers and whatnot. I can't believe we talked about all this other food and not... Hey, Sporty, what's your favorite ice cream? Like...
Oh, well, you know, funny you ask that. Ice cream is my favorite food, so so, you know, there's a reason why, you know, Cold Stone's here. They realized, hey, wait a second, I'll eat all the ice cream I can get.
Wait a minute.
No, but if I had a favorite flavor, it's cookies and cream, actually. Oreo.
Okay. There you go. Cookies and cream. I'm definitely a chalky chip cookie dough.
I like cookie dough, too. I do like cookie dough.
So good.
As
so
well. Good. I also really like mint. Mint's really good.
We're Choco Mint Ice fans. Let's go.
Like mint. I do like not choco mint. It's mint chocolate chip, not choco mint. Mint chocolate chip, the green one. They're different.
Yes. Chocolate mint, mint chocolate chip.
Maybe both
term.
the same thing. In my area, they're actually different.
Thing, yeah.
In my area, they're actually different flavors.
Really?
Yeah, they're slightly different. They're slightly
I'll
different looking. The big difference, of course, is that one's green and one's not. But anyways, we're back in Monkey Business on the blue. It's Fissure, L-Tix as well. Is that... Well, wait a second, that's going to be a goal. Forget about talking about Monkey Business. Let's talk about that first goal going in. It's Resinol and Team Silence, just like that at the start of last series. Not looking to slow things down, looking to get things off to a quick start.
Nice and swift. Now, let's get that funny little disciplined word on in here. Close this one on it down and show these chimps that you are the ones who mean business. There we go. There's another one. Rez strips the ball away, pops it on up, and puts it on and in. 6 seconds later, that's going to be a 2-goal lead for Team Silence.
Yeah, it will be here, and I love that fake as well. Lev doing so much work on the offensive side off the kickoff, faking out players, allowing his teammates time. They're not playing aggressively on that play. They're sitting back a little further. It's not always normal, but you see that now, a double fake here for Team Silence. They've had a couple of those today. They are looking to finally get a passing play to connect, and almost did there. Resinol just off the crossbar. It was so good looking for Team Silence. Actually, I think it might have been Pigeon who had that shot. Either way, it was just off the bar. The double fake kickoff nearly worked, and so often you don't see players pull that out because of how risky it is, but Team Silence knows they've got the kind of space and the speed to do it. It nearly worked. There would have been a highlight reel goal had it gone in.
It's one of those things, you know, you try out these strats, you see if you can pull it out, and that is one of the things that is beneficial from playing against a lower ranked team, is you can try some of these strategies, some of these ideas, and see if they do work. Obviously, you got to make sure that you're putting in the work to do them as perfectly as possible. It goes back into that perfecting your gameplay against these lower seeded teams style that I was talking about. So, Team Silence, did it work? Did it not work? I think there was opportunity for it. Try it again, you know, see what it's like. See if you can end up pulling it on off. See if you can get yourself in another one of those kickoff positions, which means, obviously, scoring again. Pigeon on the carry, looking to drop this one on down. Resnal goes for the setup, but he's a little bit off the money right there to get the redirect.
Yeah, Wiz, I think he was maybe expecting a challenge, or maybe he just was expecting one extra touch from Pigeon, whatever it was, just not there for it, and Team Silenced, well, aren't exactly too concerned right now. Will be left in the midfield here as Monkey Business will finally get some time. It's Eltix, up is Fissure, and it will be Eltix again. It's a pass! It's a goal for Fissure. Monkey Business already proving they're definitely a far better team than the last team we played against, and again, just like that last team we played against, definitely one that is going to, you know, get goals if Team Silence isn't careful.
Give them an opening, they're going to snag it, and that's exactly what you need to at least even think about playing at the higher levels. Collapsing and capitalizing on opportunities that are just handed to you in that instance. So good job by Monkey Business to make that happen. See if you can get a second to close it on down. I mean, the gap itself has been closed from 2 to 1 with 3 minutes left on the clock. 1 goal. That's plenty of time. Come on, you can make it happen. But Team Silence, you can also go ahead and lock on in and make sure that it doesn't happen. Corner ball set up by Lev. Eltix sends it back over to the sidewall. Now playing across the 50 line. It's going to be Resnal to set it up for Lev. Lev to the back wall. Goes for the double. The pinch on down. Follow-up is there. Pigeon puts it in. The 2-goal lead is back.
Yeah, it was there, getting past Mason in that first challenge, and it was Lev who just had all this room up ahead. Eltix and Fissure both bundle boost. Really needed Mason. By the way, that is who MAS is, if you're wondering. Mass MCG, MAS MCG, that's Mason there on Monkey. Yeah, that's probably where the Mason part is MAS.
Oh, his last name is McGilberry?
How do you know that?
It says that right here on the RLCS page.
It actually tells you. Well, that's what his name is. Their whole name in there. Well,
MAS MCG. It's the first 3 of each name. You know what's funny is like my professional email is like the first 4 of each of my names too. So it's
just in here, ZekVexol is going to dox themselves. I'm joking.
almost did, and I was like, wait, no, don't say it.
It's okay. You can all find my name. It's all public everywhere, so I have nothing to hide.
Oh wait,
here.
my name is public. That's true.
Your name is also public.
Page. Yeah.
You do have a page with your name on it. So, so people will. I guess people are now gonna watch out. You might get some fan mail later from people watching the stream with that.
Going to my personal email. I didn't say what the provider is, but I guess they could just like mass try them all.
There's only a few big ones, so you know.
A few big ones, yes. But my father still uses sbcglobal.net, so.
My family is also cool. They still use AOL, so.
Yeah, I had a Hotmail too.
Yeah, no, it's always fun to see these. You're not wrong. There's a bunch of them, and you know what? You know what? They haven't realized here, ZekVexol, that the provider is so well known as the Team Silence email provider. They don't know that. They don't know about the Team Silence email here. It's for all the casters, and that's just about it, as well. Just joking, by the way. Here's Monkey Business. We can get out of their own half of the field right now. Team Silence only up by 2, but as things stand again, they're doing a good job just winning the midfield and slowly but surely making the way back up again. Not feeling under any threat just yet because they're up by 2. They've got some wiggle room to work with. Of course, they'd like to go up by, probably up by 3, but as things go, Team Silence, well, I'm happy to just kind of let this game take its course, do whatever it needs to do.
Rock it on down, show exactly what you need to, and just close this out, you know? Like we said, on paper, this is a team that you should just be able to walk on through and just be done with it. We'll move on to the final round. We'll move on to the finals in day number 1. Double from Resnal, spikes on down, unable to get that one on in. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Lev now with the pickup, sets up Pigeon. Good attempt by Moss MCG to play the back wall, but unfortunately not able to weasel his way on down and get that little bit of a block that he needed.
It is 27 seconds to go. And it will be Team Silence to themselves are up by 3 and in a really good spot as well. By the way, you've made me hungry for ice cream here, so that's going to be 5-1. People in chat now are all talking about... oh, thanks. You're making me even more hungry now. By the way, people in chat are talking about... I like cookie dough. As I said, I like cookie dough ice cream, so I don't have a problem with that. But people in chat are talking about cookies and cream ice cream here, so now I'm really hungry. I haven't had that in months.
Wow.
Thanks,
thanks,
chat.
Some nice cookies and cream ice cream.
Yeah, thanks, chat. I'm hungry here now, guys. I'll have to go get some later. That's for certain.
Yeah.
But I can't leave the stream yet. We still got a whole, day one to go through. Once day one is done, then I can go get some.
Nah, if you just showed up in like game 3 of the next series with some Cold Stone, I don't think anybody would complain, especially not your sponsor.
Yeah, but I'd have to leave for a little bit to go get it. That's the problem.
That's fine. I'm rocking the... Oh, wait. How would we get into the lobby? Big questions getting asked. Now we're struggling. Okay, hold on. We'll figure this out. We'll figure out a way. Don't worry, chat.
Nice thing is we've got a good amount of time to figure out, the game plan. Maybe that game plan is just
yeah.
I show up again tomorrow with it. But the
There
nice
you
thing
go.
is, I mean, that's how you do it. But that is going to end game 1. Convincing for Team Silence. Then again, not really trying to push themselves too far. As expected, out of Team Silenced, and of course, one more win away from guaranteeing a spot into day 2, but also into the best of 5s. KYE is taking on Hunter Solace right now, so we'll wait a little bit longer for that match to conclude. But once we get an update on that match, I'll be, of course, letting you know. But, we're almost game 2 bound here, ready to go into what will be the winner semifinals, last match of the day, the match to keep yourself in the upper bracket. The benefit is day 2 is actually a little shorter than it was yesterday. You only need to win twice on day 2 instead of 3 times. I think last time you had to win 3 times as well. You had to win 1 extra match. Tomorrow you only have to win twice, so it's a little bit nicer for Team Silence. You only have to win twice to make day 3, so in theory tomorrow could be a pretty short day for them. Of course, we'll wait and find out, but let's just get a win here. Let's go to the what will be by far our toughest match of the day here in our winter semifinals. Let's just sweep everyone here. I mean, seriously, let's make this short.
Mick Gilbert. Okay.
You okay?
Mason MCG. Moss MCG. I'm still just reading his name. It's okay. I've been doing it for like the past minute and a half.
If Mason ever gets to watch the stream, they're gonna be so very confused.
Mason, you put your name out there publicly. It's okay. I know Lev's too, actually.
I think everybody on Team Silence has a Wikipedia page, so everybody's name is known.
Yeah. There you go. See? We all know. Oh, that's Resnal's name. I'm just stalking everybody now. That's what I need to do. Problem is, I'm the guy with the voice, so everybody finds out once I find out.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the nice thing is, if any of you want to see their Wikipedia page, any of their social medias, as well, not just know them by name, but a little bit more. !org in chat. You can go follow the Team Silence socials, as well as, of course, the socials
There you go.
of the players here on the pitch. So, !org, roster, and you'll get the socials for the organization and the players as well. So, Team Silence, at least I know for a fact, they want as much support as they can on social media. They want more reviews to show up and show out. And hey, with days like these, with games like these, there isn't really anything that's slowing down Team Silenced.
That's right. So, Lev, Pigeon, and Resnal, let's see what you got. You got yourself another goal here. You got yourself the lead in game 2. And now you just gotta close this one out and find yourself on into that finals against the opponent to be. Moss MCG ends up getting the first one for Monkey Business here in game number 2 to tie us on up.
I've seen a couple goals going off double fake kickoffs as well here, so that isn't the first time we've seen that here. I'm surprised that they do it only up by 1, but Team Silence does have a lot of time, so I guess they're not under any real rush to take the lead back, and well, they'll almost get it here. Up they go, and saved away by Resnal, who took it away there from a flying pigeon, and Team Silence will be having to play it back a little bit here. That net is vulnerable. Here goes Fissure, but an easy save for Resnal. Will find Lev, will find their way upfield. The infield pass goes nowhere except to Eltix.
And he's going to send it real deep. Pigeon does get back in time for the pop-on up to the backboard. Now Lev taking up to the sky. Goes for one flip reset. Goes for a second one. Gets it. Drop on down. It ain't going to matter. That ball goes wide to the right. And Fissure was there nonetheless for the save. Eltix now with the carry clean across the ground. Going for a nice little ground dribble. Pigeon is going to swat it on over into the corner. It's like, all right, dude, come on. I see you from a mile away. You ain't putting that one on in. Who do you think I am?
I mean, he is a bird with good eyesight, that's for certain there. And he actually played a very passive positioning as well. Team Silence now all in on offense. Only tied here. Yeah, he's a bird with good eyesight as well. He's got his eyes checked. He's got good eyesight. He can see.
Like
things.
I need to go back to the pigeon missile talk.
Well, hey, you know what? That's gonna go in. Speaking of missiles, that was an absolute missile.
The pigeon knows where
net.
the ball is because the pigeon knows where the ball isn't.
And he knows how to see things as well. He saw that net was very vulnerable for Monkey Business. And it's a lead for Team Silence. Now it's just about holding it. You know, with half the game to go, Team Silence just need to hold this lead. I don't want to see a game 3 in this series. Realistically, they shouldn't ever go to game 3 in a series like this. Just go to the best of 5, go to the last match, and the match that you're going to actually have to kind of put some work into to make sure you get the win.
Yeah, 2-0, 2-0, 3-0, lock in day 2. Why not? Sure, while we're at it. Eltix picks it up over to the side. And ready to drop this down. Fisher with the send to the sidewall, but that opens it up for Pigeon. Pop it up to Reznal to the back wall to go for it. Can't get the double. Moss drops it on back. Pigeon goes for the follow. Can't get the pinch there because Eltix takes it over to the right side corner. Now one pick back up by Lev. Swat on down by Pigeon. I'm going to get a good angle on this one. 2 minutes remaining on the clock and only a 1-goal lead right now for Team Silence. So still kind of tight right now. You got to be careful.
Yeah, you definitely got to be careful if your Team Silence. That's for certain here. With still 2 minutes to go, I definitely would say that they cannot treat the monkey business lightly here. That team can still side this game, can still answer back, and can make this a 3-game series. And in best of 3s, all it takes is 1 or 2 mistakes to turn a whole series around. And right now you see monkey business trying to put the shots on the nets. Will be Reznal back the other way. Lev's up as well. It's going to go towards nets. Great block for Eltix there. Read that beautifully. That is usually a very overwhelming play for defenders, but Eltix doing a great job at not getting panicked under the threat of Reznal.
That's what you got to do. Just stay calm, cool, collected. Look at that. Right in front of the goal. Fisher can't force his way on through. Lev denies it a second time. Now a carry across the 50 line picked up by Fisher. One to the sidewall. A little bit of back and forth right here. Moss trying to make something happen here, but Lev gets the strip away, taking it up the side, into the corner. The drop on down ain't gonna happen. Fisher's waiting for it along the sidewall. Now Reznal sending it right on back towards the goal. Fisher there once more along that sideline. Pigeon now gonna take his attempt. Can he get it? Gets it underneath. Lev takes to the sky, but it's a little bit too high. Time's ticking on down here in game number 2 and in the series and in the winner's bracket for monkey business.
It is, you said it as well, monkey business are now only 30 or so seconds away from being sent to the lower bracket, and Pigeon looking to make it guaranteed. It's in front. Shot there, not taken. Reznal and Pigeon both jumping, but neither getting a crucial touch that they needed. Monkey business will play this upfield again. Another chance for Mason, but that's not going to fool Team Silence. The first one, too, it's Reznal. Lev airborne up the corner, no second touch. Eltix clears. Pigeon will need to just take a couple extra seconds off the clock. It's Mason and monkey business. A chance to shoot, not taken. It is kept up for Team Silence. But they'll go across the middle of the field. Reznal will hit it away. Monkey business keep this up. They're looking to stay in this battle a little bit longer here, but this ball will hit the floor, hit the ground, and end the series. Team Silence have guaranteed a spot in day 2, but there's still 1 match to go.
That's how she wrote, ladies and gentlemen, at least for game number 2 for us. Winners quarterfinals. We do have that winners semifinals, and weird that it's called the semifinal, even though it's going to be the last game for today.
Well, that's because there's 2 sides to the bracket.
Right. Weird. Alrighty, so no idea who our opponent is going to be just yet for that best of 5. Still waiting on the victor to come on out between KYE and 100x Solus. However, Team Silence, they're moving on. Very well done, and now it's time to lock on in and just seal the deal on day number 2 at this point, right? I do feel like there's been a lot of little things, little openings. I did like the trying things portion because that still shows me Team Silence is trying to take it seriously. They're just trying different strategies. Great. I like that. So long as you're taking it serious at that, you know, it's the trolling aspect that starts to get you going like, okay, are we making sure we're keeping our head in the game? Come on. Are we doing this High School Musical style? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying as well. It can definitely be a situation. This next match, though, you can't be trolling, especially if it's against KYE. That is a decent roster. B+ rank. That's a decent, good team, and definitely someone who's going to make things a little more challenging for Team Silence. But as things go, it is day 1. We shouldn't expect too much out of Team Silenced. Overall, this is not exactly the kind of day where that Team Silence really ever looks forward to. I've never heard Team Silence say, oh boy, day 1. I love day 1. They just want to get this day, I think, over with and try to make the most out of something here. I think another thing to mention, though, we talked about it a little bit. We kind of preluded it, but there's not that many events left. This is the penultimate Open for RLCS 2026 North America. You only have 2. You only have 1 event after this, and of course, then after that is the LCQ, as well as 1v1 and 2v2. So there's still events after this, but in terms of 3v3 points and money, this is the penultimate event. This is, you know, a big moment for you because, you know, after this and after Open 6, the chances to earn prizing, to make a name for yourself, they drastically diminish.
Don't diminish yourself then. Keep your skill level going. Keep growing with the rest of the competition because the competition is on the rise of Sporty. We have seen it time and time again with a lot of these teams. They're getting better. And a lot of what we're seeing on paper ain't matching up to a lot of what we're seeing on the screen. You know, these teams are really starting to show up as of late, and I'm excited. I love seeing the growth in competition. I love seeing the bar get raised across the board. We're shifting the goalpost on the bell curve. Let's keep it moving forward, and let's keep this competition growing.
Did it as well. There's still more to go here. We are going to take a break here just to reset and calm ourselves down. When we come back, Team Silenced taking on either KYE or 100X Solace. We'll give it a few minutes. When we come back, we'll have the news for you, what will be our only best of 5 of the day. Welcome back there. As we said, it would be a very short break, and it turns out our predictions were right. KYE will be our last team of the day. Our one and only best of 5 up here in the winners semifinals will be against KYE. And again, as I mentioned before, the big storyline here for KYE, that is Cat's new team. That was our sub last split was Cat. He's now found a team with Cageinator and Shocks. That's not a bad roster either. Will be very fun to see Team Silence take on their former teammate.
Yeah, and now you look at the bracket right here. KYE 2-0'd their first matchup, What Up 5, and 2-0'd their second matchup against 100x Solus. Other people that we might know, so finding themselves right here in the winner semifinals against Team Silence. Who you got, chat? Who you think's going to be taking it, Team Silence or KYE? Team Silence team stream, by the way, just saying. Just in case you try saying anything, just saying.
Well, the nice thing is we're only moments away from getting things going here, but again, it's Cageinator, Cat, as well as Shocks, so we'll give it a few moments to get things set up again, get things going. The benefit is, here, both these teams are guaranteed a spot in Day 2. Now, you win, you're playing in uppers in Day 2 for Team Silence. They would be playing in uppers in Day 2 with a win here. You lose, and your run, it has to be in the lower bracket tomorrow. It's a little bit more difficult. And of course, reminder that for tomorrow, if you're playing in uppers, you only need to win twice to guarantee a spot in Day 3. If you play in lowers, you need to win 6 straight matches, I think it is, to make it.
Yeah, you kind of were like, oh, it's a little bit more difficult, and I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult. Wow, that is quite the run you have to make to even think about Day 3, to even like have that as a thought. You're trying to survive one match at a time right there, Sporty.
Yeah, you said it as well. It is not fun to have to do that as well. But we'll wait a little bit longer and see if we can get everybody in the lobby. While we wait a little bit longer, we'll just remind you again of our sponsors here tonight in Cold Stone Creamery and Rogue Energy. Top right corner. There you go. Our big sponsors, they've been sponsoring us throughout the entirety of the season. So credit to them. They've been here for the entire season. They've been doing some great stuff. They've been amazing supporters as well. And we'll wait a little bit longer as well, as we are waiting on one more player to show up. I know you can't see it, ZekVexol. Take a wild guess what player hasn't shown up yet. Player who's known for not showing up on time.
Lev.
Yeah, it's Lev. Lev hasn't shown up yet. Lev has a history of sometimes taking a moment to walk around and
Change
do something
his name.
else. No, he hasn't. I think he just left.
He did that during the last open.
Honestly, knowing Lev, he might be going to get dinner. I'm not even joking.
True.
He's done that before. It wouldn't surprise me if he's done something like that. I think more so he just walked away. Maybe he's gone to the bathroom. We'll get him soon enough. Don't worry, Lev's not left us. He will be back in just a moment. Speaking of, Lev is back, and he just talked about McDonald's, so I think he did leave to get his food order.
He has Cold Stone right there, and unbelievable.
Well, I know he had to talk to a different company, not the ones on our screen right now. But
Crazy.
While we're over here sulking, let's go into our best of 5. We're on the orange once again. It is Cat and Co. on KYE on the other side, and reminder. Cat, again, used to be our substitute. Oh, we have a disconnect here. We're going to be waiting a little bit longer to get things sorted out. So we'll get a reset here in Game 1. It seems like the players are not ready. So we'll wait a little bit longer while we get things set up and sorted out here. But again, while we wait a little bit, ZekVexol, how are you feeling overall?
How are you feeling
overall about this game?
About this game?
about this game, about how Team Silence is going to play in this game.
I feel like they should 3-0. I feel like they could 3-1. Now, I do believe that this KYE roster has some good potential, especially having Kazera on, this being one of the subs for Team Silence prior. But this Team Silence roster is one that is wanting to grow, needing to grow, and has shown growth. Now it's a matter of just putting it all together and really just making sure you lock on in. When I look at what happened between the first and second series that we did play, though, I am seeing a Team Silence roster that is leaving a couple openings, that is maybe getting a little bit ahead of themselves, and that is allowing teams of lower caliber, again, no offense to those other teams, but allowing them opportunities to score on you by doing things like that, cheating up, playing a little bit too aggressive, and leaving a massive open net for your opponent to capitalize on. Close right there for KYE, almost getting that opportunity. How do we shore this on up? How do we perfect our gameplay, Sporty?
Yeah, it's going to come down to game 1 for Team Silence. This is the first, again, real, actual challenge of the day. It's going to be the only major challenge they'll have of the day as well. A team that can make things a lot more difficult for Team Silence, that can keep up in ways with Team Silence. So for Team Silence, no more trolling, no more fooling around. This is a much tougher matchup for them as well, and a much tougher team. This is a decent roster in KYE, and a team that, again, should give Team Silence some problems here. They know how good Cat is, but they also know Cage. They know Shock. These players are good enough. These players are not unknown names. To me as well, these are definitely players that are recognizable. So for Team Silence, it's you can't troll anymore. You can't take things lightly. This is a good roster. Come into this thing and, look, bring out a good game 1. Team Silence so often struggles in game 1 to get good starts. If they can get a good start, everything else should fall into place for them.
That's more reason to really just make sure you show on up right here. Lev trying to take a shot, but gets denied by Shocks. Ball crosses the 50 line, immediately intercepted by Pigeon to Lev. The demo is there. The force your way on through. You can't. Kaganator ends up swatting that one on down. Now Resno looking for an opportunity, popping it on up to the back wall. Shocks ends up meeting it. Over to the right side corner. Picked up by Kage. Now, again, back over by Resno, looking to drop this one on down, centers it to Lev, doesn't get that angle on it, though.
It is, and already you're seeing a lot of Caginator. Is it Cognator or Caginator? I thought it was Caginator, but it could be Cognator.
It might be Cage.
I've always called them Caginator, personally. As Team Silence are going to have a real tough time. That's going to go in! It was on the line, but it's Shocks who gets the first goal, and Team Silence not able to challenge on the front post. And as I said before, this Team Silence team, it's always an issue for them. They always seem to have issues in game 1. This series is no different. Now they've got to come back from behind against KYE.
Yeah, well, that's going to be the first one on the board. It's going over to KYE, so we're finding Team Silence at the deficit this time around. What do you need to do to shore this on up? How do we turn this on around? Heading on down over back into the orange. Another shot on goal denied by Resno. Follow-up to be had by Shocks. Another denial immediately by Resno. And now a pickup to the back wall by Resno. Can't get a good angle on that one even with the demo. Pigeon corners it. Cat returns to Shocks at the midline to pop up. This one's going into orange.
And will be played up the sidewall as well. And KYE a whole lot more confident now after that goal. And Team Silence still very silent on the offensive side. They need a good shot. They'll need a good chance. KYE isn't giving them one, though. Pretty stiff defense here from KYE as Caginator. The back wall. Cat got bumped out of the way as well. Team Silence looking to treat their previous teammates in a not-so-nice way. But for now, it is KYE in the lead, and Team Silence running out of time here. They cannot be taking this game slow. They've got to find the goal, and that might be it. It's Pigeon all on his own. 1-on-2, no problem for Pigeon. That's the kind of threat he can bring. And hey, for Team Silence, it's something that I've always talked about, is that this team relies so heavily on Pigeon to do that. The nice thing is, at this level, and in this kind of matchup, that's something that you can rely on for Team Silence. It's not something that you probably should be, but it's something that you can rely on.
I have to hope that that isn't something that is Pigeon specific right there alone with that specific instance, okay? And I have to say, because Cal was the furthest person up, all right? And was cheating up so aggressively along that 50 line with the ball there. The second anybody gets past, that ball should be a guarantee in the net with any sort of skill level. Those are the kind of plays that I would say, if I see Pigeon doing stuff like that, then that makes sense to me. It's like, this is a Pigeon special. No, look at Lev right here with the double, sets himself up. Who's protecting your backboard, KYE? Nada. Nobody. Lev's gonna take that one, gets a second goal.
Yeah, it is, and Team Silence with a necessary lead late here, so they just need a little bit of momentum. Definitely a surprisingly slow game for Team Silence. It's almost as if they haven't warmed up. And honestly, I don't think they really have. Again, the last 2 matches have been so weird and so, strange to them, so unused, something that's so unused to playing against players of that kind of rank level that they haven't really had the warm-up that they maybe would have wanted. KYE has been able to warm up here, but Team Silence, look at this, in time, have been able to improve, now make it 3-1, courtesy of a Lev goal, but an even better touch from Pigeon. Just needed time to warm up here, and now they have. KYE is in a much, much worse spot.
Yeah, look at Pigeon, how the way he swooped on in right there, and we're able to put that one on in. When it rains, it pours. 2-goal lead for Team Silenced, 1-3. 33 seconds remaining there on the clock. Time ticking its way on down. That last one might have just been the nail in the coffin right here in game number 1. Oh, close right there for putting another one on in, denied by Shocks along that goal line. I'll carry it across. Pigeon sends it down, and that one goes in. Pigeon finds himself another one, a 3-goal lead for Team Silence with 18 left.
Yeah, it is, and what you're seeing right there for KYE is them pushing everybody upfield, just taking any chance they can get, but that'll end game 1 relatively swiftly here, and while the players in chat are having a little fun chirping at each other, Team Silenced are the better of the two as we stand after one game. And for Team Silenced team that even here in this series has had a bit of a slow start in game 1, the nice thing is they haven't lost. That's all they really need to worry about. And now they've warmed up. Now they really can't be losing. They've had the warm-up game. They've had time to get used to each other. They've had
No
time
excuse.
to... Yeah, there's no more excuses for them. They've now warmed up. They look like the Team Silenced team that we should expect more of from them. And going into game 2, game 3, I expect that they'll continue that.
So when we talk about this whole warm-up thing, there's got to be something Team Silence can do to shore up that front. If this is a common trend, right? I mean, I'm not saying be their coach, I'm not saying, be their hype, but if this is something that we're seeing, all right, take a look back when we were in that day 3 scenario where we were going up against some teams that we needed to come out swinging for right out of the gate because we don't have too many games. I mean, these aren't best of 7s. We don't have room to play with, all right? A lot of best of 3s, now best of 5s going forward. How do we shore this on up? Because we won't have too big of opportunity to allow a game 1, to allow several minutes to go by in a game 1 where we come out with a deficit, where we come out underneath our opponent, where we allow them to get a couple goal lead on us.
Yeah, it is. You said it's, it was a slow start for Team Silence. What I want to see in game 2 is that domination that we talked about as well. This is the only match today that is going to be a little more of a difficulty for them as well. A team that actually is going to be able to challenge them, is keep up with them. At least to some degree. I want to see that domination from Team Silence. You can't be trolling anymore. This is a team that you should be beating, but these are the kind of teams that I want to see them dominate against. Prove to not only us, but to themselves that they are a better team than they were last event, that they will not let these matches stay close. And hey, 3 seconds in, they're off to a good start. Lev's already got one.
Well, it's not the fastest goal I've seen today. No, I'm kidding. Very well done. I mean, I'm not kidding, but very well done. Get a 3-second goal for Team Silence right off the rip. And hey, start it off strong. Keep the ball rolling. Keep the goals coming. And get yourself on into day number 2. That's got to be the game plan for Team Silence. What is the play right here? Trying that double fake strat again. I've been seeing that 3 times today, but this one gets punished pretty hard. Kaganator, Caginator, Calganator, whatever he wants to be called right now. We'll figure that one out later. Ooh, primer. KYE gets on the board 1-1.
Yep, those double fake kickoffs aren't going to work anymore against teams like this. Teams like this are going to capitalize on stuff like that. It's not that Team Silence can't do it, and of course they just showed that they will be willing to do it even in matches like these. But I expect that we're going to see that phase out as they keep playing, especially as these games stay as close as they are. As if they're for Shocks, will be for Caginator, and will be Pigeon as well. Just gonna go backwards as well. This is a great catch for Pigeon, and they've got room. No way, a little pogo as well would have been spectacular had it gone in. Instead, it gets blocked by Shocks, and I mean, that was a beautiful setup for Pigeon. They were setting up the air dribble backwards. That's already really difficult on its own right, but the pogo on the end just for a little extra flair. Team Silence clearly willing to find some creative ways to get offense going, but they're not done with the old classics. A couple of shots on target. KYE being pushed very far back, and Team Silence aren't done with them just yet. Here goes Pigeon, stopped by Caginator. Lev, great dunk as well. KYE still unable to find their way fully in the offense until now, and it's gonna go in. Shocks with the credit.
Good shot from Shocks, bringing this one in from the 50 line, or even further back, actually. Cat over to Shocks. That one sets him on up to put it on through, honestly. Good job, Cat. Shocks barely touched that one. Good job, Cat, to get that one on in there. KYE find themselves the lead once more here, just over that first 60. Emo and Arezzo is going to slow things on down. Lev with the pickup here. Oh, what a fake right underneath. Just can't convert that into a goal, though.
Oh, but Team Silenced are still threatening here, but only 1 goal scored so far. Still a lot of time to go, and I saw last game, they can pick up goals in pretty quick succession if things go well enough. Demo in behind, Rezanol missed there for Cajinator, and it will bounce off the bar. Rezanol had a wide open net. I'm surprised he doesn't score that one. Huge misplay for Team Silence. They had a great demo, had a great looking setup, and all Rezanol had to do was just fall on top of it. He doesn't do it. Team Silence still down by 1, still with a deficit in this game.
Still with a deficit, but they can turn this one around. Surely they can make this happen. It was a good 1-2 swing from KYE. 3 minutes remaining on the clock. A center play with a demo on the Pigeon. That is going to slow things on down for Team Silence. Now Cat with a clean clear all the way down to the opposite side of the pitch, bringing it on over close to the goal. Picked up by Resnal. Now aerial carry, clean across, and Pigeon's just going to assist that to pop it up, tap it on in, and give a second goal to Team Silenced.
Yeah, they did a great job recognizing that. Shox is the last one back there, and the speed at which Resnal gets that air dribble really did surprise Shox. That's why the backfield looked so open. It was. They just weren't expecting that pace, and of course Pigeon was. They know Resnal well enough to know that Resnal is a fast enough player in that position, and they're up for the redirect. So for Team Silenced, able to tie things up now, looking for the lead. Easier said than done, though. It's a close battle. KYE is more than happy to keep things competitive. Team Silence, though, of course, one more goal. You can put KYE under some pressure, underwater, start making them suffer in this game, start making them, second guess if they can take even a game against Team Silenced.
See if they can make that happen. 2-2 with 2-2-2 remaining on the clock in game 2. I had it lined up perfectly. I had to go for it. Regaginator bringing it on forward. Beautiful demo by Cat. That's the kind of opportunity we were looking for. This is kind of what I was mentioning before we even got into game number 1, is the demo plays being so pivotal to allow these opportunities. Good players, they're putting the ball in the right spot. Now we just got to remove that last man standing, and that's exactly what KYE did right there.
Yeah, you said it. They got rid of the last player. They got rid of the only one playing the defensive role in that position for Team Silence. So again, down by 1 with 2 minutes to go are the favorites here. As this ball will go to the back corner. Good touches there for Cats, and they almost got through Lev as well. That could have made it 4-2 rather quickly. AYE will recover, but not easily here. Up the corner, the Resonal sent back by Jox. Lev resets. Still Lev trying to find the bump. It's Pigeon. He's got 2 players crowding him, and that's going to be sent back immediately. Resonal will hold, but Team Silence, once again, time's going to become an issue for them here. They cannot exactly take their time in this game. They need to get something. They need to get chances, and they need to pay close attention to that clock, because if that keeps ticking away, they're going to have even less opportunities to score, to come back in this game, to take match points.
Yeah, not a whole lot of time remaining on the clock. A drop on down over to Cat, sends it flying across the pitch over the 50 line. Now Lev with the pickup here, pinched off by Cajinator, sent deep into the orange, picked up by Pigeon this time. A little bit of back and forth across neutral territory. Now Lev ends up finding it. It's it over the top. Never mind. Tries to get it underneath Cajinator. Not going to happen. Shox brings it on down. Final 60 seconds. Team Silence, they're at a deficit. They're at the threat of KYE tying this series right on up right now. Can you bring it back, Team Silence? Resno with the send and Lev with the assist. That one goes on in. We're all tied up.
Yeah, what a beautiful play there. Resnal to Lev and just in the nets. Lev was up so fast as well. It's the team chemistry that Team Silence has, something that KYE does not. That allows Lev to jump so early, and hey, it's tied once more inside the final minute. Team Silence looking to leave their goals until late here, but still anybody's game at this point, albeit a lot more questions to be answered at here. Pigeon looking for the bump, they get it too! Beautiful bump for Pigeon, and it's all too easy for Resonal.
Bump the last guy, demo the last guy, whatever, just get him out of position. Look at that, just drops right on top of him and says, no, you are grounded, just like your parents said, no more playing video games. 3-4 with 34 left on the clock. Look at that, it's there. Oh, that's cool. Anyway, game 2 might be coming to a close unless KYE has anything to say about it. Cajinator looking for an opportunity. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Not a whole lot of time, but this ball's in prime position, and that one goes on in to tie it on up. Shox puts it away.
Yeah, and Pigeon there doesn't have any respect for KYE. I'm surprised they don't have any respect. They're well out of their net on that position. I think ordinarily you see Pigeon in the net in there, but they have no respect that KYE is going to challenge that and win any sort of challenge as well. So much so that they're willing to play that aggressively out of the net for it, but Team Silence looking to answer back. Flick will be saved by Shocks. In goes Pigeon. Lev's next to challenge. Corner. Immediately caught by Shocks, and it will be pitched to the side. Cat touches down the field. Will get through Lev. It's in front of the net. That was a good-looking chance, but not on target. Team Silence would have loved to see that hit the floor. Instead, here goes Cajunator and KYE. This will hit the ground. Overtime in Game 2. The Team Silence defense has really had their tough moments, but one goal and all of that can be put behind them.
Yeah, don't show me that double fake on this kickoff. You guys can't allow kickoff opportunities to go down for your opponent right here, right now. Back wall play getting sent on up. Pigeon takes to this guy. The drop on down. Can't get the spike appropriately. It's all tied up here. Here we are in overtime. 5 minutes off the clock. Time ticking its way on up. Who's going to get it first? Who's going to make the mistake? Will we tie this series on up, or are Team Silence about to send KYE to match point?
Well, you got your answer immediately there. It's going to be the latter. Resinol with the goal to end this game. And it's all too easy. Look at how much room he's got on that play. Sure, Cat is jumping, but he's never going to make that touch. And Resinol knows that Cat's never going to make that touch. So it's all too easy for them. Well, Team Silenced. One game closer. One win away from day 2 in uppers.
One win away from locking this down. A nice 3-0, 2-0, 2-0, 3-0 to get us going through day number 1. Not too bad. I have to say, though, taking us into overtime should show Team Silence that KYE or any other competition that we are going to be facing from this point on, it's going to be difficult. You know, it's not going to just get handed to us like it was before. And Garnet, I'm not going to say it was handed to us before. Obviously, you know, with this things that have been going on since Open 1, with Open number 2 going at top 16, Open number 3, top 32, Open number 4, top 32. Yeah, these are getting a lot more difficult, okay? And I'm sure the seeding has a factor in that as well, with the way that we're going, with the trend that you're going, like you were talking about a little bit earlier before we even got into game number 1. So how can we shore this up? How can we realize that this is going to be a difficult Open, and this needs to be a statement Open for Team Silenced?
You said it. They have not been back in the top 16 for a while at this point. So you said it. Trying to make a statement for themselves, trying to rewrite their history here and have their season find a bit more positivity. But for tonight, they won't have all the positivity that they can get. Only one more win is needed from them. AYE will send it down the field. They definitely gave Team Silence the run for their money last game, with Team Silence struggling defensively. The nice thing is, if Team Silence just puts a little more respect to KYE, if they can just respect the fact that this team is not a bad team, I don't think this is going to be a very tough, easy game for KYE. That is, if Team Silence is willing to give them some respect.
Alrighty, here we go. Game number 3 scenario and a potential 3-0 for Team Silence to close out day number 1, game number 3, obviously. First and third series, too. Warm-up game for casters here. Shocks gets his goal. That is going to be another opening goal for KYE in this series, and they've been doing a good job at that, just getting that early pressure against Team Silenced.
Yeah, and again, I still think Team Silence isn't taking them seriously here. This is, again, I think from here on out, you're talking about teams that are going to challenge Team Silence, that are going to make things tougher for them, teams that Team Silence really should be trying their hardest against. And realistically, teams that Team Silence will need to do their best against here to make sure that they play as they need to. Good answer, though, from Pigeon. KYE didn't make it. It was a whiff for Cat, and Resolute probably should have scored on that play. Thankfully, has a support in Pigeon and has the answer.
Good answer, Steve. Good answer. Is it Family Feud? Good answer, Pigeon. 1-1, all tied up. Okay, so now you got to get yourself a second one. Shocks with the pickup here, watching it, going for a nice little slow carry. Cat has open opportunity, can't get a good angle on it though, and Pigeon sends it over to the side corner. Now Resinol, Pigeon back over to the half wall, picked up by Lev. Just gonna get a nice little pop up right here. Who gains possession though? It's Shocks, it's KYE taking a deep shot on goal from downtown. They put it in? Crazy.
Yeah, it was. I must imagine there that Resinol's expecting this to play off the back wall. Or maybe he got called off by Pigeon. I really don't know what happened there. That's not a tough save for Resinol. Typically, either they got called off or they thought it was going off the back wall and it was going to be harmless. Well, they clearly chose wrongly there, and it's once again KYE up by 1. I don't like the fact that KYE's had this lead and has been able to get the lead so often in these matchups. The fact that Team Silence seems to leave it up to making the comeback rather late in these games. 3.5 minutes to go, but again, it feels like Team Silence will have to play a late comeback, and I don't like that Team Silence is doing that. I don't like that that's the playstyle, that's the kind of game that they're playing right now, but it's the game that they're playing. It's the position that they put themselves in. It's the position that they have to work with.
Yeah, you know, I'm a big fan of Queen, but listening to Under Pressure time and time again might just get a little old. Okay.
That song never gets old. I don't know what you're
It doesn't
telling
ever
me.
get old. I love Queen. I can listen to that over and over and over again. I don't care. Maybe that's Team Silence's game plan. They're just constantly listening to Under Pressure.
Well, they will get a goal back here. Look at a little bit of trash talk as well in chat. Well, these guys know each other, so thankfully this trash talk is mutual. You haven't seen some of the stuff that KYE said in between games. They have not been letting go on Team Silence, that's for certain, in between the rounds. But these teams are going after each other. Again, the nice thing is they all know each other, so this is some friendly trash talk, but still a lot of game to go here, and it's still anyone's game to win. Reminder for KYE that this is match point against Libya, looking to make the reverse sweep for Team Silence, looking to sweep their way to day 2 through upper brackets. As things stand, just need to keep things going, just need to get another goal. Half the game still left, and KYE is making it tough, but if Team Silence can get this next goal, things will look really good for them here, and things might just look really good.
Wow.
What a save in front. Follow-up shot will be from Liv, and there was all that time to work with. Team Silence could have taken a few moments, and they would have still scored from there. That's how much time they had.
Just the demo right there. Cat trying to swoop around, a little bit of a fake going on as well, and Lev just swoops in for the final shot, putting Team Silence right back in the lead, or I should say right in the lead here in game number 3 for the first time. Lev with the pickup here off the kickoff, going to send it across to Cat, gets demoed down out again, this time by Resno. Lev bringing it on pass, gets past one. It's going to be Cat on the respawn to go for the carry. Pigeon for the drop on down, gets it past Shocks, but good send clean down deep into the orange.
KYE a lot quieter now, realizing the kind of situation that they are stuck in, lose and just sent to lower bracket. And again, as we said, you must, and if you are sent to lower bracket, you'll have to win 6 times. Actually, I think it actually might be 5 times tomorrow for them to get their spots. So not an easy spot to be, and that's why Cat will get the goal here. Keep things interesting. Double commit for Team Silence, though. Really hurt them at a bad time. Resinal and Lev jumping at the same play. If only one of them goes, that's not a hard play to make. But because both of them go, it makes it very easy and no-brainer challenge for Cat and a wide open net to take.
Yeah, just thank you very much. We're going to tie this one on up. Now, what is the answer? Team Silence, what can you do? It's a 6-goal game here on day number 1. It's split between both teams. Ain't just one team dominating like we saw all the way back in our very first series with a 7-0 turned 7-1 victory in game number 1. What is the answer to this KYE roster, and really to Open 5 in general, is something that I want to ask. You know, you're seeing that this is the way the competition's going. You're not going to get opportunities to allow yourself to be at an early deficit. What is going to be the response? Because a team like KYE could very well take a game, if not the series, off on you.
Yeah, it is. If you don't play well, they will definitely be a team that can take games off of you. That's for certain here. And they might just do it here. It's an open net for Shocks. Well, Team Silence with a very lackluster defense. Their defense has not looked good today. Cajinator with the outward pass. Shocks with the open nets, and Team Silence with very minimal resistance. A minute to go, and KYE is a minute away from taking a game off Team Silenced.
4-3. KYE are looking for an opportunity right here, and it is just being delivered as well. They're capitalizing on those little mistakes. They're finding those openings, and they're really sealing the deal right here. Can they lock this on down? Can they find themselves a game right here to stay in it, stay in the upper bracket? Shocks playing the 50 line, going for the pickup here. Now going to go for a nice little aerial carry. Pigeon already taken to the sky, but he doesn't get it. Resnal on the back wall gets a good little bit of a save, but we don't need to see Team Silence on defense. We need to see them on offense right now. They got to find one goal to tie it on up.
Yeah, and time's running out for them as well in this game. I think Team Silence, again, letting their hubris get the better of them here in moments. Now they can't get out of their own half of the field. Will be a pass to Pigeon. This will be room one-on-one. It's Pigeon, the 50. Oh, and Resinal, he doesn't have an angle that he liked from there. He'll instead play it in front. Cats, not a great spot. Will take the challenge up in the air. Shocks will hit it to the ground, and it will be KYE with a game. Team silenced. I said it as well. I'm going to say it again. They let their hubris get the better of them. That's what happens when you do that.
Yeah, very well played from KYE. Capitalize on those opportunities and keep yourself going right here. Team Silence, this is clear as day. You need to lock in at all points, no matter who the opponent is, no matter what day it is. You got to make sure that you are staying disciplined through victories and losses, and make sure that your opponent understands the difference in skill levels. See, that's what we're looking for. Really, just to see that kind of dominant factor, that discipline, dominance. We're gonna get the 5 Ds of dodgeball, except we're gonna turn it Rocket League style.
Yeah, and hopefully we can, see
dominance.
something huge for them as well.
I'm gonna figure out other ones that I can slot in here. Discipline, dominance, the decimation, demos. I like demos. Demos will be the third. Dominance, demos. Got another one?
Nope.
Man.
Look, it's been a long day for
Dedication.
me. My brain is not thinking straight. So don't trust me to do anything when it comes to thinking. I'm sorry.
If we turn silenced around, it becomes
You'll get.
Decnalis.
There you go. I was gonna say you'll get there eventually. Here, so we are gonna go to game 4. Again, reminder though for Team Silence, they have not guaranteed that upper bracket spot in day 2 just yet. They still need that one more win, and now they've given hope for KYE to come back. So Team Silence, now more than ever, lock in. Just get the win, please. This should not be longer than it needs to be.
Should not. 5 minutes up there on the clock, plus a little bit for your goals. But who's going to be taking it here? Will we see a Game 5 scenario between KYE and Team Silence on day number 1? Or Team Silence ready to lock this one on down in 4? Let's find out. Our answer shall be Nye. And Lev sending it on over in the corner. Pigeon for the pop-up on the back wall. The follow-up to be had by Resinal. Gets it, sends it back to the back wall. Good defense by Cajunator to keep that one away.
Yeah, but look at this from Team Silence already picking up the pace. This is not the same Team Silence we saw last game. Not the slow team that we saw kind of relaxed, lackadaisical on their own backline. A much more ferocious team and a much more aggressive one as that. This Team Silence now really putting their minds to work. Now realizing that, now really wanting just to put their foot down and let this series end. It'll be an infield pass, and the heat is really picked up. You're seeing KYE having a tough time matching them. We know that Team Silence can elevate. Obviously, we knew that they could elevate today. This is the Team Silence speed. Much faster, much tougher to handle. KYE already proving that this is already looking a lot more nervous than they were in any game before, and that's because they realize this Team Silence team has elevated, has picked up level, and is getting faster by the minute.
Yeah, you can feel the pressure already coming on through, and it's going to be Pigeon to put the first one on the board. A nice little double off the back wall. But take a look at what we've been seeing so far here in game number 4. It's been shot on the goal. Just really KYE feeling pressured, and that's exactly what you're looking for. Turn up the dial. Go from 10 to 11. Every single round, you got to turn up the dial. Every single day, you got to turn up the dial. Every single open, you got to turn up the dial. You got to keep it going. You got to make sure that you are improving over and over and over again. Constant growth.
They said it as well. You've got to find ways to elevate and get better for Team Silence. That's something that they have definitely had their problems with here in the beginning of Split 2, as being able to elevate along with everyone else in the in these tournaments, but now they have been able to elevate in this game. 1 goal up, not done yet though. Would love to make that 2, and well, they won't get the chance here. Lev has overcommit, and Shocks will find the net. Lev wasn't able to get that touch, and Resinal wasn't paying attention. It's a goal for KYE.
First one on the board for KYE here in game number 4. That one's gonna tie this on up. So 1-1, almost 2 minutes off the clock. So 3 remaining. All tied up. Who's going to be taking this one? Let's find out. Here's your kickoff. Pigeon ends up getting past. This is a good opportunity, but Cajinator sitting back there is going to be good for the denial, sending it all the way back down deep into Team Silence corner. Resnal now here in the opposite side corner. Pigeon for the pop on up to Resnal. Gets it over the top of one. Can he get it past Cat? No, he cannot. Stripped away and sent deep.
KYE is not exactly slowing down either. They're picking up the pressure just as much as Team Silenced is. And what I like about KYE is their midfield, how smart their midfield is playing. They're not overcommitting, they're not giving Team Silence too much room. They're playing a smart midfield, recognizing when they can and cannot challenge, when they can and cannot go. They're playing a very intelligent game. It's one of the reasons why they've been able to keep things as close as they have with Team Silence is because they aren't making a lot of wrong decisions. They may not be the more mechanical team, they're clearly definitely not the more mechanical team. They definitely don't have the better chemistry, but in terms of decision making, they're making a lot of good choices. That, though, will be a mechanical mistake, good choice or not. It's a goal for Resident Evil 1 that he was not expecting. Shox was back, but he just doesn't have an angle on it.
No, tried to get the boost up there, but just could not get up to that top right corner. And honestly, a great shot from downtown by Resident. Team Silence have reclaimed the lead now 2-1. It's about closing this one on a down. That is going to be the difficult factor. Left to drop it on down. Two-man defense is there from Shox and Cat. Now a pinch away from Cajinator. Pigeon wait and chill and pop it on up back over into the orange corner. Cat on the pickup here. Goes for the center. Good clear on out by Lev.
Yeah, really clutch play for Lev as well. That's right in front of his net too. If anyone from KYE challenges, that's likely going in. So crucial that Lev not only gets a good touch on that, but he's able to get it away from danger quickly to prevent any future shots for KYE. So, as you said, quality all around from Lev in a play that maybe looked a little bit nervous. Did have under control, and Team Silence keeping control as it stands. Only up by one, though. They're not happy with this. They'd love another, and Pigeon will deliver another. 2 goals on 4 shots this game. That's the insurance that Team Silence has been looking for.
2-goal lead, 2-goal buffer for Team Silence. Let's get it here. Let's see it happen. 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Team Silence just needs to hold on down, play clock as your 4th man, and just utilize some good, clean gameplay right now against KYE. You don't need to score anymore. If the opportunity presents itself, by all means, go ahead, take them just like that. Shot goes on, gets defended, and the follow-up is there. That's a 3-goal lead now with 80 left.
Yeah, it is. This is the confidence that Team Silence needs. Still, though, it's not over. Just, 80 seconds. I've definitely seen teams come back in this kind of deficit in RLCS before with this kind of time, so this is definitely not a time to celebrate if your Team Silence just yet, but they will get another clear here and waste even more precious time off the clock. In fact, they might get another goal as well. They won't, though. Lev hits it off target. Here goes Cajinator. Both players waiting. Cajinator into the net is Cat. KYE, 1 goal down, 2 to go if they can answer.
That's right, bringing it on back. A lot of goals happening right now in the second half of this game. 2-goal difference between Team Silenced and KYE. With 62 seconds remaining on the clock, there's plenty of time right now for KYE, but with Lev off the kickoff, goes for a line drive shot. Denied by Shox, picked up by Cajinator, stripped away by Reznal. Shox chilling in the back line. Looking to be the reserve player for KYE. Tries to get the pickup here. Can't get it. Goes past 1. Goes past 2. Cajinator is enough for the denial. Shox with the pop-up. Going down over into the center in front of the goal of Team Silence. That one gets swatted deep away. Resno looking for the setup to Lev, but it gets denied.
At this point for Team Silence, anytime they have upfield, it's just going to be less time they need to play on defense here. So if I'm Team Silence, it's all about holding the offensive line. And hey, get a goal while you're at it. Resno will complete their hat trick, and Team Silence may have just ended the series with that. KYE running out of steam every time we talk about them, and every play they get, it seems like the next one just is weaker, is more desperate, and has less energy behind it.
Well, when you get into this scenario where you're down a couple goals with not a lot of time remaining, you're going to start cheating up more. You're going to start sending more bodies onto these decisions, onto these strikes. You want to turn something, you want to convert goals, and that only opens up more and more opportunities for your opponent to score against you. You realize you are putting yourself in this position to make mistakes. What is the answer? What can you do? Do you really have too many options to play reserved when you lose this game, you get knocked on down to the lower bracket? I think, yeah, it is desperation, but it's a necessary desperation. How do you play that portion cleanly. I'm sure if you figured that out, you'd be doing that all game, right?
Yeah, well, unfortunately for KYE, it will not work here. Team Silence has locked in, has fully recovered, and ooh, what a nice school to end things, just to make it 7-2. Resinol linking up with Pigeon in the middle of the air for a rather interesting-looking mid-air passing play, but for Team Silence, they locked in for Game 4. They made sure to lock in, to focus up a little bit, and make sure that this series doesn't go to Game 5. Good on them. They get the win. We will be going to Day 2 through uppers.
Yep, kickoff right there with a touch on down, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to put away game number 4, series number 3 here. Team Silenced, day number 1. So, day number 2 on the horizon, Sporty. What are some things we're looking at from day 1? We need to transition into day number 2.
Did it as well. Yeah, I think one thing we need to definitely transition into day number 2, something that we've always struggled with, has been our ability to rebound, and more importantly, our ability to not only, I guess, rebound, but to also get good starts. It felt like we had a lot of slow starts today. That has always been a consistency with Team Silence. As we've seen before, that can really hurt them. So I think that's the big thing I'm looking at, is consistency, and is looking for good starts. We need to play well against the teams around us, and part of that is, not losing game 1 so consistently. That's
right. So you can show you're locking in, staying focused. You got that discipline, the dedication, the demos, the day 4. I'll figure out a better D for the 4th one. And that discipline, very important. The 5 Ds of Rocket League. We'll figure it out. I'm sure.
You've got a whole day to figure it out. That's the nice thing.
Look at that. Remember, we've dropped this one back again. Day 4 is suits, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. If we are able to
gotta put that one, yep.
The suits will be back on. But for now, that ends it here. We did, as you did, when we did take a look at the bracket, we did see CRS on the other side of the bracket, the other team, other top seed in our group, also make it out. But as things stand,
you know what's crazy is that if I had a nickel for every team in today's bracket named esports, I'd have 2 nickels. Flat out esports.
Hey, sometimes that's just the best.
Simple
thing
is good. Yeah.
You get to play a simple name. Nothing wrong with having a simple standard game. And hey, I'm all for having those fun simple standard names. But
on to you now.
Yeah, I was gonna say here, as you said it. I was gonna talk about the fact that Team Silence tomorrow will be playing against the winner of we don't have their match yet, but they're likely to play. Well, they are going to play against CRS, I believe. Tomorrow in their first match. So, no surprises here. All the usual suspects expected to keep on winning. CRS, that's Snaz, 6divs, and Roxers. I believe that's how you pronounce it, is 6divs. It might be 6divas or whatever it is. I can't pronounce them. Anyways, that's Snaz, Roxers, and 6divs team. Good roster, but again, the answers are going to get tougher. Tomorrow, for Team Silenced, they got to lock in. They got to be ready because, again, the matches are not going to be as easy as they are today. They're not going to be as free as they are today. Teams are going to really make you earn it. And so, while today they could have, relaxed a little bit, one thing that we don't want to see them is relax into tomorrow. That's just not going to happen.
Absolutely. Make sure you bring it right off the rip. That's what's going to really matter to me. And that's something that's been a huge talking point for us here on the Team Silence stream, is how can we turn up the dial right out the gate? Between days, how are we going to bring it on open open 5 now, day number 2? How are we really going to turn up the dial between days, then between series? How does that happen for Team Silence is going to be the big question that we'll have the answer for tomorrow, 7 p.m. EST, Sporty.
Yeah, it is. Tomorrow, you said it, at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll begin day 2 action. Reminder, though, that in the spot that we're in, we only need to win twice to make it to day 3 through up. Win twice in uppers to make it to day 3. But that will end today. A rather short thing, nights as well. Again, thank you to our sponsors in Rogue Energy and Cold Stone Creamery. ZekVexol, I'm Sporty FC, again, from Team Silenced. We appreciate all of you for joining. Again, make sure to join again tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time, for more action. For now, though, that ends the night. Team Silence, we'll see you all again tomorrow when RLCS North America Open 5 continues.